Well, with funny cars up, let's take a look at the weather because it's changed dramatically since the first session in the afternoon. The air temperature has dropped from 86 to 68. Water grains comfortable at 71. Track temperature has dropped 30 degrees. The density altitude 7,000 feet. And Mike Neff comes to the line alongside Grant Dowling. This is Neff earlier, and when he hit that block, that DQ'd the run. So as he comes up now, this is the first opportunity he's going to have to put a number on the board.
Well, Mike Neff's been running very well lately, and they were probably just going for it in that first session a little bit too much. Track was a little bit hotter. You saw him get out of the groove and just kind of careen over there and take out that timing block. They're going to be looking to get that thing straight down the track right now. Oh, back pedal.
Well, he's going to go at least put something up and gets another block. Wow.
He's 2 for 2. Well, let's take another look at it. You're going to see him have to backpedal this car again when the thing starts going up into tire shake. See that thing rattle there? Right there, he gets out of it. He's going to get back in it, hits the throttle there. Now it's going to start drifting out of the groove, gets real close to center line. He thinks he can drive it just about a little bit further than he actually could, and he just clips the top end blocks. Now take a look at this from the back. You're going to see what happens as it moves over towards the center after he backpedals. Right there where he lifts off the throttle, it unloads the chassis, and that's what drove it into the blocks.
And so that's going to bring up Matt Hagan and Robert Height. Robert Height 12th in the points right now. Hagan is in that battle that revolves around 10th in the points, tied right now for 10th with Cruz Pedregon. And remember, as we told you earlier, how important qualifying points are.
Makes a big deal, and normally up on the hill, Jimmy Prock, Robert Height's crew chief, is the king of the hill. Holds track records in the quarter mile in both top fuel and funny car. That great 4:58 run by Joe Amato with Jimmy Toonan back in 1999, and that 4:79 elapsed time run in the funny car. He knows how to make power up on the hill, but can he get it hooked up?
A little drift to the right down toward the end of the strip, but it moves Robert Height from 11th up to number 2. Hagan sits 12th, and remember, the first 12 are what carry over to the second day of qualifying, the third and fourth session.
Well, he got it hooked up, wasn't making the power, and I got to believe that Jimmy Prock just says, hey, we got to be a little bit more conservative because we just haven't had a handle on this race car this year. We want to go down the racetrack and make sure we get into the show.
Ashley Force-Hood and Tony Pedregon, first and second in the points. Now, take a look at from Ashley, her first 6 races and her qualifying average, and then the last 6. Stepped up convincingly there.
Yeah, but she's been qualifying well all year long, and as a result of that, her qualifying points, she's got 72 points off of qualifying to Tony Pedregon's 54. That's 18 points more. Remember, 20 points per round. That's almost 1 round of racing up to this point.
But that 18-point difference, where'd she get that? In qualifying. So it shows you how important it is. He has 3 races here at Denver. Tony Pedregon, number 1 qualifier here last year, upset in first round. Oh, and Ashley gets it way sideways. Nice save, girl.
And look at Tony Pedregon, goes to the head of the class. Another new track record, Paul.
Tony Pedregon, a 4:17, number 1 track record. But look at Ashley.
Yeah, this is probably going to be similar to what we saw with Ron Capps. Exactly the same, except she rotated that thing around just a little bit more than Ron, and when she corrected, that thing went up on 2 wheels. Take another look at it. I don't know what it is about this lane, but I mean, Ron Capps as good as anybody. Ashley's been doing a good job this year of having good car control, but boy, this thing just came around on her. And look at that thing right there. I mean, that thing was up on 2 wheels, big time. Wow, that'll get your attention.
And let's take you back to Norwalk when Ashley faced Ron Capps, and this turned into a pedal fest.
Well, you know, there wasn't much pedaling here. It was pretty much just leg it when it started spinning the tires on that track, because it was it was pretty hard to get to recover. So you have to have good car control. You see Ashley, she got that thing pretty sideways there, smoking the tires before she finally lifted, and was still able to get the win.
After the run, she likes to just sit and relax at the far end. Just think of that. Woman driving a funny car, sitting there looking terrific with a little clutch dust on her nose. This was just a few moments ago. We want to look at this again. That is spectacular. Look at that.
And look at the headers. In the old days, we used to call that the training wheels on a funny car because they'd keep it from tipping over. And I guarantee you, they earned their keep on that one.
I don't think there's any coincidence that the experience that this young woman continues to gain in every pass down the racetrack really paid off a handsome dividend with the save that you made in that second qualifying session. Tell us what it was like and what was running through your mind.
A gazillion things were running through my mind. It was just, I've never been that sideways before and managed to keep it in between all the barriers. But, you know, it shook. I thought it was going to get through it. It didn't get worse, where usually it gradually kind of gets worse. Shook, and I stayed in, and then next thing you know, all four cylinders decided to go out, and I took a left turn. And I'm telling you, the stands were packed with fans, and I could see them. But I actually really took the experience of Seattle, and that was right there in my mind. It was the same kind of feeling that I was sideways, and I just cranked the wheel back the other way, and I knew it was going to come back around hard. But I'm glad, you know, that I made that decision and didn't end up hitting the wall. And then after that second move, I was fine, you know, got it down. My dad, I think, was keeling over on the starting line. But that sometimes, you know, these are animals, these race cars are, and I was fortunate. Of course, that's another learning experience for me, and we can hopefully do a little better today in Saturday qualifying.
It's a rather rare circumstance when four cylinders go out simultaneously on one side, but she did an amazing job of keeping that car under control.